Welcome back, guys. Super quick one here today. Had an article and video sent to me, an interview with a homeowner here in Punta Gorda that's been trying to sell for 3 years and can't get it done. They were featured on Wink News. They wrote a lengthy article about them. We'll go over all that, of course, but I had to come by and take a look at the house. So this is now a for sale by owner. And obviously we're going to pull this up, dive into it a little deeper, because I think the report left out a couple of important details, which you guys might find interesting. But unfortunately, the owner, going through something that's not uncommon here right now, their house has been lingering on the market forever. This one, 3 years. They tried selling it with realtors, didn't work out. Now they're saying that if they don't get rid of the realtors and cut the commissions out, there's just no way if they sell at this price that they can make any money. There's just going to be no money for them left on the table, unfortunately. So I'll let you guys decide how accurate that is when we take a look at it. And if you're wondering where we are on Vasco Street here, just outside of the Charlotte Park area, which I'm going to take a walk through. But I felt that it was worth diving into, and I wanted to see what everybody's thoughts were, because it's a very relatable situation. Many people here who saw this on TV, I'm sure sellers are going through similar feelings. We know that's happening. But again, just a couple of things here I'd like to point out and see what you guys think about it. So I'm going to start with the article here. Southwest Florida home prices drop as sellers struggle to find buyers. They highlight that Florida's housing market has been struggling with homes lingering on the market due to dropping prices and lack of interested buyers. I don't know if homes are lingering on the market due to dropping prices, guys. That's probably causing prices to drop. I don't know if they're lingering because prices are dropping, certainly because of a lack of interested buyers. And we'll jump over to the video section here real quick.
Florida's housing market has become one of the slowest in the country over the past few years, with homes lingering on the market with dropping prices and fewer buyers showing interest.
Now, this is where they jump to the interview with the homeowner.
Wink News anchor Gracie Fusco is live in Punta Gorda. And Gracie, what have you seen?
Well, I spoke with a homeowner who told me he's been trying to sell his home for the past 3 years. He says after working with a realtor, getting no traction, and having to drop the price more than 3 times, he decided to take matters into his own hands and hopefully get his house off the market.
Now, they somehow mixed the wrong audio in here on the live broadcast, so it catches him mid-sentence. Maybe I would probably start by making sure this, your number is readable on that for sale by owner sign. But they asked him, did you ever think it would take this long to sell your home?
To take this long, he said this.
No way. I figure a year at the most.
For Wang, he decided to take matters into his own hands.
After a couple of years, I decided to take it off the market and try to sell it on my own. Between the commission for the realtors and that kind of stuff, I really wasn't going to be making any money if I sold the house because I had to keep dropping and dropping and dropping.
Okay, so between the realtor commissions, he's not going to make any money. Well, let's take a look at the property here, Rodney. So let's take a look at Mr. Wang's home. $290,000 he is asking for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,300 square foot home in Punta Gorda, Florida. Serious buyers only, nobody who doesn't want to buy. Now, he does list that he put a new metal roof in 23. He's got a new privacy fence, double drive-through gates, 1 walk-through vinyl windows, double impact rear doors, new lumber on rear deck, bonus tiki hut picnic table in the backyard. So let's see what we got. Okay, a couple of blurry ones off the bat here. So we've got some new paint, we've got the roof, we've got the fence, like he said. There's your tiki bench. Got a mini split here down for the garage, it looks like. There's his double doors. Deck looks painted? Maybe new? I don't know. Looks painted at least. And interior. Okay. There's that mini split. Here's your garage. Looks like we got a washer dryer in there. This added wall. There's the washer dryer again. Hey guys, there's the washer dryer again. Okay. So we need some updates here. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think about this price at $289,900? Let me know in the comments what you think at that asking price. So while you're doing that, let's see what he listed it for. Originally $380,000. But what did he buy it for? $190,000 in August of 22. 11 months later, listed this bad boy for $380. Wanted a 100% gain in 11 months, guys. A 100% gain. What do you guys think about that? You think that's feasible? Interesting. Now, with that sort of price jump, clearly there must have been a lot of upgrades added here, and he made note of some of them in the listing description, like the metal roof. But let's take a look at the previous listing photos. So this is what the home looked like when he bought it. We've done some painting outside, obviously. There is the fence there now. A mini split was already there. I don't know if that deck was replaced or just painted, but same kitchen. Yeah, this is it. Same rugs. Okay, so it looks like the deck was painted. Remove that accessible chair. Deck painted, tiki hut added. But otherwise, this house looks like it's very much the same house that is listed currently. Let's take a look. There's nothing to the garage. Okay. So, now, guys, I don't want to pick on homeowners trying to sell their homes, especially here in Punta Gorda. You know me. But when I pulled up the property record, I found something interesting, is that Rodney's house was down here in Fort Myers. So when I found 3 other homes that he owns as well, one including the for sale by owner we're looking through, I thought it was kind of interesting that nowhere in any of these reports did they indicate that this gentleman might be a multi-property investor. And real quick, guys, if you enjoy this content, please hit that like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, and we'll get back to the video. As you saw from the video, be very interested to see what you guys think about why that home is having a hard time selling. I have my suspicions, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. The market here is still, it's chaos. It's chaos. Every deal is chaos. I mean, I get it. It's real estate. There's so many personalities, but some of the things are super surprising. Unfortunately, we just had a deal blow up because a roof was bad on a house, not the one I previously talked about. This home was only 15 years old and had a tile roof, and the roof had 1 year of remaining life left on it. It was a real shame because it was a nice house. It was in a good location. I think it was what the buyers were looking for, but we don't really know the root cause. And this is why we always say inspections, inspections, inspections. But a 15-year-old roof had wood rot under the trusses. It was leaking. There was broken tiles, and there was no way that the inspector was going to say, this is A-okay. So even on a relatively new house, you can run into, with a tile roof, you can run into stuff like that. I suspect it's from the hurricane, that it was never properly fixed or repaired. Oh my goodness. Now that's something. This is a very flood-prone area, guys, which is probably why this house is being built to that standard. Most of this area was heavily underwater during Helene or Milton. I have videos on the channel of actually coming down this street in particular, and it was just soaked. Unfortunately, everybody had all their belongings on the side of the road. So I can understand why that's how you want it built if you're going to be in the area. So I wonder what the pricing is on that. I don't know if I'll be able to find out, but that would be interesting to know. So yeah, you could have just a 15-year-old roof, tile roof shot. Never waive inspections, obviously. And some other weird stuff, like we had a closing, and generally, guys, at the closing, you're allowed to do a final walkthrough as a buyer. The seller has to let you come in and double check everything, make sure all their stuff is out. And we had a seller up in Venice that just wouldn't leave. And it was basically like, yeah, come do your walkthrough. After you see that everything's okay, I'll take the rest of my stuff out, and you can come back in 3 hours. I'm telling the agent, I'm telling the seller, I'm like, no, we got to close. No, no, absolutely not. And the pool had busted right when we got there too. So we've got a seller who's still in the house. We've got a pool that's not functioning. And the agent and the seller are looking at us like, go to closing, sign the papers. Let me tell you something, guys. You get put in a position like that, it is stated in the contract. All mechanicals have to function as intended when you viewed the property, which means the pool has to function before you have to close. And the seller has to vacate the property. So, the buyers didn't think it was that big of a deal. Obviously, we wanted to get the pool addressed, which we did. But the buyers were like, oh, okay, yeah, if she gets out, I don't want to delay closing. And I said, guys, I respect that 99% of the time. It's going to be absolutely fine. But the second you go and sign those papers and she's not out of that house, she could burn the house down. Accidentally, I'm not saying on purpose. She could fall, break her leg. Guess whose insurance problem that is now? So just consider stuff like that, guys, when, you know, it's not ill-intended, but you have to think about, I hate to say the worst possible scenarios in real estate transactions, because there's a lot of money on the line. These are legal contracts, and you can really get yourself jammed up if you don't prepare for these types of things. Like I said, most of the time, none of this will be a problem. And honestly, that's what I said. They're like, well, what should we do? Should we close? I said, we should go sign the papers. And then, you know, we had an attorney on this one. I said, ask the attorney your thoughts. But my thought is, sign the papers, but when she leaves, we go back, we double check everything's working and the pool's working. Then you give them the okay to close it out. I mean, honestly, they were upset about having to do that because they were very excited about the house. They're like, listen, we don't want to cause any problems. And I said, I get it, but you gotta protect yourself. No one else is going to. Now, I can't tell you what to do, but this is my suggestion. This is what I would say how you should approach it. And I said to them flat out, the easiest thing for me to do, guys, right now would be to go tell you to sign those papers, buy this house, take my commission check, and ride off into the sunset. It would be super easy for me to do that, but that's not how I do things. So always reevaluate, guys. Even if there's a very small probability, like a 15-year-old tile roof being absolutely destroyed, go the extra mile, do the extra step, and advocate for yourself, or make sure you have somebody that will. All right, that's all I got for today, guys. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.